welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, hello, it's me, it's Dinorah, aka the Southern Belle of the South Bronx. Welcome back, welcome, period. So I know it's been a long time, but today I have a recipe for Thanksgiving or for whatever you want. It was fall inspired. I actually wrote it during the summer. I made a butternut squash, roasted butternut squash empanada that has mascarpone, cinnamon, maple, and then I caramelized some shallots with a little roasted garlic. Put that on top, put it in a puff pastry, and then put a salty mapley glaze on top. Let's make it. So here we're starting off with 2 butternut squashes. I'm using mini ones, but you can use 1 large one. In total, it was about 1.5 pounds raw. So like about 1.25 pounds once it was roasted at 400 degrees. Those little spots that you see there, that's just the sugar. And I like to roast it on parchment paper because I don't want to use oil. I don't want it to interfere with the puree. And I'm just going to scoop it out. I'm going to add some salt, some cinnamon, and some maple syrup. Now you can adjust this because everything is cooked here. So you adjust all the flavoring to your liking. So I'm just smashing here. As you can see, kind of looks like sweet potato. I'm just giving it a taste, adding a little bit more cinnamon. Just adjust to your liking. If you don't like cinnamon, don't put cinnamon. If you don't like maple syrup, don't put maple syrup. But the mascarpone, now that is a must. This gives it a nice creaminess. This reminds me of like a butternut squash ravioli. That's what I was thinking about during the summer when I was thinking about this recipe. I was like, oh, this would be really good in some puff pastry. And this is how this recipe was born. So I'm just smashing that. I'm going to put this in the refrigerator just for a few minutes. I just want it to harden. I want the cheese to harden, and I want some of the water to evaporate from the butternut squash. So I'm going to take a medium shallot. This is just 1 portion, but I should have made 2 because this makes about 16 empanadas. So you want to take 2 shallots with 2 teaspoons of oil, and you just want to start low and slow. Caramelizing shallots or onions takes some time, and then you want to add some butter. As always, all the ingredient list is listed down below. Some salt and pepper to taste. I'm taking out this big chunk of pepper, and you just want to take your time on medium-low heat. Just keep stirring until all the sugars are released. Here I'm putting a little bit of water. I got impatient just to deglaze the bottom and help along with the caramelization process. And then at this point, I had some roasted garlic, so I added 2 of those cloves here. The depth of flavor, the sweetness, like the umami flavor here was just a chef's kiss. So here I'm making my salted maple glaze that's going on top of the empanada after it's baked. And it's just maple syrup, equal parts maple syrup, equal parts water with a pinch of salt. Again, to your liking. And then we're going to just simmer that down and let it reduce by half. And my egg wash, I do a mixture of an egg wash. I use both cream and water. I know you can use either or, but I used a little cream and a little water. And here's our egg wash. And then this is my favorite puff pastry. Unfortunately, it's only like during the holidays. So I know October, November, December, it's available at Trader Joe's. But if not, you can just use the Pepperidge Farm puff pastry or any puff pastry that you find. And I forget what the measurements are. I'll put it somewhere on the screen. But I rolled it out, and I rolled it out to an odd number. So it was 13. So what I did was, this was 13 by 10. So once I rolled it out, I cut it in half. So then I had 2 pieces. I had a piece that was 6.5 by 10. And then I cut that in half again. So it was 6.5 by 5. And then I cut it half again. And now we have 3.25 by 5 pieces. So that gives us about 8 pieces of puff pastry. Again, you can do whatever shape you like. If you want to cut them out with cookie cutters, you can do that. And here I'm just adding some of the butternut squash. I'm adding about a tablespoon and a teaspoon with our caramelized shallots, an egg wash to seal, and then an egg wash on top so that it's nice and beautiful once it's out the oven. And we're just going to bake these at 400 degrees for about 15 to 18 minutes. It really depends on your oven. My oven, some days is 15, some days is 20 minutes. But just watch out for the pastry. Make sure that it's nice and golden brown. And here you have it. And now we're gonna glaze our salted maple glaze on top. And that's it, y'all. That's all she wrote. Look how beautiful. It's so good. So good. I hope that you make this for Thanksgiving, Christmas, or any time of year. I hope that you enjoy. I hope all my butternut squash lovers enjoy this. All right, so now that we're done, let's give it a try. How beautiful is she? Or he? All right. Moment of truth. It's good. The onions. Make that for Thanksgiving as an appetizer, or for your friends that don't eat, you know, the animal products. Well, there is some Marscapone cheese in here. Put something vegan in it. They'll like it. That was really good. I love shallots. I love butternut squash. I love the sweet and savory contrast. That's like my whole life. Like when I have something sweet, it's like, oh, I need a little salt on it. When I'm having salt, like, oh, it needs a little sweet and a little hot honey. Y'all know I love hot honey. But anywho, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And, you know, let me know what you think about this recipe. And what do you guys make for Thanksgiving? Do you make appetizers? Do you just show up to the family function? What do you do? See you guys next time. Be blessed.